Hi everyone, it's Mana here, and in today's videos I am going to be talking about my life when I feel burnout, when I feel like I'm stuck, or when I feel like I am behind. What do I do in my life and how do I get going from day to day? Where do I get my energy? So here are everything that I learned in my 20s, and also I'm still in my 20s, so technically I'm 24 years old, turning 25 in 2 months. So life has been nothing but amazing, a lot of ups and downs and breakdown, but that's okay because it's life and it's a process of living. But these are some of the things that I really want to share with you guys. I know that a lot of things I say might be in repetition. Please, I apologize in advance. The first thing that I really felt turning 20s, like after graduated from college and doing my other things after college, I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was miserable. I felt like I was stuck. I didn't know what I was doing, and I felt like I was losing myself. At the time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just exit. I literally just sit in my bedroom and I'm thinking about what am I good at? What are some things I really love to do? And then here it is. I find out that I'm very good at investing. I love numbers and I love investing. So what I did at the time when I felt stuck is I find something I really like to do and what I was good at. What are some of my hobby I was good at? And what can I do to improve or enjoy myself? At that time, this is like back 3 years ago, I learned how to do just that. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. I was reading shit ton of books and educated myself on the area that I didn't know, but I love finance. So I was like reading a lot of books, asking people who know better than I am, asked them to teach me things that I didn't know. I almost took that and almost turned it into my career. Well, it is kind of also my career in a way because it's paid off everything that I'm living today. Like it's paid my rent, buying me food. So, finding things you really, really enjoy and you really love to do is really important. Or when you feel stuck, find things you're passionate about and stick to those things because you're not going to become good at it the first 2 or 3 times you're trying. Everybody have to go through some sort of process of getting pain before you gain something. So that applies to me as well. It didn't take me a days or two to be good at what I'm doing. It took me years. It took me years of losing money, gaining money, and then losing money again in order for me to actually become good at something. But along those journey, I learned and I discovering myself so much. There were a lot of meltdown and I felt like my life was gonna fall apart. But you know what? I knew in the bottom of my heart that everybody is always going through something. So even people like my brother at the time, he was still a residency. I knew that he was going through so much shit, but those are the pain that you're willing to take in order for you to gain something and gaining you a reward. And if you really love what you're doing, I think the pain is very worth it. So my mom always give an example of losing weight. This is so funny because she said, Mana, if you wanted to lose weight, right? But Mana, number one, her goal of losing weight is starving. And there's Mana number 2. And the Mana number 2, her goal of losing weight is creating very healthy lifestyle, cut off your diet and then go to the gym all the time instead of starving like Mana number 1. She give herself, Mana number 2 give herself a slack where she can eat cheeseburger or maybe a little bit of a buffet along the way and then go back to the gym. You might take a little longer to get to your goal, but once you get that body, you're gonna feel so much more fulfilling within yourself and you're gonna feel Like you enjoy the journey and the process of having that body. Instead, Mana number one is probably gonna be grumpy and creating a really toxic lifestyle. She's not gonna even enjoy the result at the end of the day, because in order for her to get there, it was really hard. Most importantly, Mana number one is probably gonna have a yo-yo effect and go back to eating unhealthy food and gain weight and getting fat. So that was really funny, because I took that example and I applied those examples in all area of my life. Whenever I felt like my life is about to fall apart, I try to stick and find a little bit of joy and just slacking off a little bit along the journey and along the way, and then I feel much happier. Another thing that I've learned is that do not compare yourself with anybody. Everybody is running their own pace in their own timeline, and if you're falling behind, nobody is putting a stick and measuring, oh, you're behind by this much centimeters or this much miles from this person, and nobody's doing that except yourself. So just don't compare yourself, even though it's so easy to, swipe left and right or scrolling on your Instagram. This one is actually a very hard one, thinking of it, because even me, like, I do compare myself with my peers all the time too, but I think in that very moment you have to realize that that is their life, and if somebody is achieving something before you do, all you have to do is be happy for them and clap for them, because one day your time will come if you align yourself with the thing you really love and you're committing to the goal of getting there. Your time will actually come too. While you're in your own journey, just clap for others if they get or achieve certain things before you do. One day when your time comes, other people will clap for you too. So it's nice to just be yourself, running your own pace. And I wanted to say, love your failures. I run my own pace, and I love the way I fail. I love myself. I love everything that I failed in the past, because I discovered myself with things I didn't know I was good at or bad at, or all the ugly side of me. I have discovering, it's like a journey of discovering who you are and what kind of person you are, and also your values and what you hold true, what you stick to, principle of living your life. So enjoy the journey and just be patient with yourself, because one day you're gonna get there too. And one last thing that I really learned and still is learning is loving yourself and values yourself as it is. So loving yourself is really hard to do. It's one of the hardest things to do when you don't really know how to love yourself, But for me, I think loving yourself is loving who you are, and loving yourself coming from accepting who you are, even the bad part of you, even the part where you feel like you're ugly. You have to be able to love that flaw of you. You have to know that as a human, we're not perfect, and we probably will never be perfect. But knowing this is the kind of person that I am and stand firm to what you believe in, it's a kind of self-love for me. Because growing up, my mom, she taught me really well on how to be confident in my own skin, and how to be comfortable, and how to stick and stand and say things when I need to, and how to set boundaries. So she teach me how to be kind, but also be selfish and selective and selfless if I have to be in certain situations. Not only give, but also seeing where your energy and your time is putting into what place or who, and seeing when to stop. So for definitions of self-love is when I can stand firm to my own belief that this is the kind of person that I am, and I accept myself that this is me. So if you're gonna come into my life, are you adding values into me or are you taking it away from me? And this is who I am and I love myself. So if you don't love me, that's okay. You can walk right out the door, because I know what's my values and how much I've invested in myself. And as much as I am going to be kind to you, the same kindness, I treat that 10x more to myself, because I am someone who's very gentle with myself and my heart, and especially my mental health, because I know that I have to put myself as a priority before anything else. That is something a lot of people don't really know how to do. I think some people around me, like, they don't really know how to do that, and I don't really know how to really tell other people how to do that, because it's really come from within yourself. When you're loving who you are, you will feel so much more confidence in your own skin. Like, I'm very confident in my own skin. I'm very comfortable and I'm very just happy with the way that I am. But these are like one of the harder topics for me to talk about, just because I don't really know how to and teach people how to love themselves. You can show them, which is, you can show them through your life of how you do it, and then they have to find their own ways of accepting themselves as who they are. The very, very last thing is always pick people who elevate your good and soothe your bad in your life. You always want somebody who know how to deal with you when you're in your low. Those people are amazing. If you have those people in your life, whether it's your family's member, your friends, your co-worker, your own employees, you are blessed, because as a human, we're not perfect. There will be times when we feel so grumpy. If I'm hungry, I'm like grumpy, and people who knew me, they knew how to soothe that part of me. They knew that, oh, what should we do when she's upset, when she started to get angry, Be with someone who elevate the good part of your life, because you're gonna love yourself more when you are with those people. I have friends who is very good at talking. It's so crazy, because one day I was so upset about something, and then all she ever did was just turn around and then she held my hand and she said, "Nana, you are so pretty." And pretty girls, they don't get upset easily. And then in that moment of anger, I was like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm pretty, so I'm not gonna get upset over things like this. Those friends are amazing. They just know how to talk you out of certain situation and just change your perspective on things. So if you have someone close to you like that, whether it's in romantic relationship or friendship, keep them close. They are going to stick with you through all the ups and downs. That's pretty much what I am gonna say today, and I hope that you guys can resonate with some of the stuff I'm saying, and that you taking good care of yourself, putting yourself first as a priority. Your mental health especially is very important. And maybe I can see you next time. Bye.